Prophecy is almost complete. What did I tell you, dudes? It's about to go down, and it's going to happen so fast. See, a lot of you guys like to shun and push away somebody. You can't do that with somebody that's worth trillions. Trillions get you in the room and keep you in the room and make you change your perspective in this life. And the Xbox ain't selling over there in the EU, and dudes wanted me to talk about it so bad because it hurts their little heart. But this is the best day of the week. This is Tuesday. And we all know what happens on Game Pass Drop Tuesday. With the month of April looking like it's about to get busy. Boy, oh boy. And I got your first party studio. She like it over here. You gotta pay. I just gotta play. Shout out to Xbox. Hashtag Game Pass for the win. I'm just saying, don't get mad. Just go spend. Go pay more, like Everborn says. Pay more. Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, this is about the funniest thing that I've ever heard. Now, you heard all these people going to GDC, right? And they was talking about how Xbox ain't selling and they flatlining over there in Europe and all this other stuff, right? And I'm going to tell you, when one shoe drop, wait for the other shoe to drop, because these dudes always want to drop the Xbox shoe first. They always want to throw Xbox, out the door. Oh, ain't nobody want an Xbox. Ain't nobody buying an Xbox. Everybody's sales is flatlining, B. And don't sit here thinking that the PlayStation is selling because they're giving you the fake bogus numbers. But let me tell you, let me reiterate. Let me get to the facts and let me get to the plate. The dinner plate set for you to eat. Now, this is the time for you to think and not speak. I'm about to give it to you, man. Pause. No Diddy. I'm going to tell you right now, when you got developers questioning what the hell is a PlayStation 5 Pro doing, and saying that the PlayStation 5 ain't even reached none of its potential. It's been 4 years of ineptitude. Not saying that, the Xbox has fared any greater. I'm telling you, to be honest with you, I think this has probably been the worst generation that we had as consoles, not for games. Okay, because when we're talking about games, I'm talking about Elden Ring and games of that such, Starfield, games of that such. These games are transcending. You have, Breath of the Wild 2. These games are transcending the space and taking the space and opening the space up. So we're not talking about games, we're talking about the hardware itself isn't being maximized. I thought the PlayStation 3 and I thought the 360 actually lived a great life. I think that is what made a lot of us gamers that are gamers right now. The last generation, the PlayStation 4 really hit its stride, really did well. The Xbox One, I don't think it hit its stride as much as it could have. I thought it was hampered early on in the beginning by a lot of different things, but I did believe that some games did look good. This generation in particular is by far, probably for the consoles themselves, the worst, to be honest with you. A lot of these games look like they could have been done on older hardware, because I thought the Xbox One X didn't get maximized. I thought the PlayStation 4 Pro didn't get maximized. Now, I'm not a developer. I'm just telling you by what I go by when I go from hardware iterations and what the hardware actually talks about, right? But this is the part where I'm going to tell y'all, we're going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know exactly how we do it over here. we gonna keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. But that PlayStation 5 Pro, devs don't even want it. Devs is like, why is this here? Who the hell is asking for it? Not a damn soul. This leads to my overarching point that I believe Sony is setting it up for failure on purpose. To tell you this is the reason why we're getting out of the hardware business. I believe they're setting that thing up to go out to pasture. It's only 10% more than the base hardware. You're not going to exceed it. You're never going to be greater than. It's never going to achieve what it needs to achieve. Now, before, the PlayStation 4 Pro was necessary for the VR. Y'all got to remember why that iteration came through. It was necessary for the VR. The VR is dead on the PlayStation right now. They opened that up to the PC. Let the PC have at it. Killed off all the games. Yeah. A paperweight, a $600 paperweight that I happen to own. All right? So I want y'all to understand exactly where I'm talking from. When I tell you I want to make PlayStation great again, I want to take it back to the glory days. Vote for me on April 21st, 2024, so I can invoke change. If you don't like exactly what's going on, you don't like a PlayStation 5 Pro coming out for no reason, I will form change. I will make that VR popping again. I will change a lot of things. But back to the fact that no dev wants this thing because it's never going to be maximized. It's never going to show its potential. It's high expectations for something that can't even proceed to give you something that you need. But this is one topic that I was not going to let slide because you guys is jumping on Xbox, talking about Xbox is doing this, that, and the third. But you're not over here looking at Kong. And Kong is dying slow, baby. Putting a boot on his neck. The prophecy will come true. Oh, you want to play 4D chess. You think you smart. A lot of you PlayStation, you port begging ponies, a lot of you port begging ponies really think that y'all so smart. Oh, Sony will never let games over there on Xbox. Okay. Let's say they don't. There's always one way, another way to skin a cat. More than one way, boy. Alright, you don't want to give it up, huh? Alright, we gotta finesse the game. This Xbox handheld is coming out. And it's gonna be greater than you ever believed. Shout out to Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer, first of his name. He was on an interview with Polygon. And he's talking about how he has to think outside of the box because you guys keep trying to box him in. Pause. No diddy. You're really trying to do it to him. So you know what he says? I got it. This handheld. What if in this glorious world he allows Epic Store there? Ooh-wee! You smell that? That's the sweet smell of victory. Windows base, boot up. They have Epic Store right there. Shout out to them. Guess what comes inside the Epic Store? Pause. No diddy. Guess what comes inside the Epic Store? PlayStation games on a dedicated Xbox device. Oh, so you think that PlayStation pull their games off the Epic Store? Steam on the device. Now you made the Infinity Gauntlet. One ring, one console to rule them all. Have all of your stuff without lifting a finger. Y'all so happy, you poor beggars, y'all so happy to get Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush. Y'all not looking at the banana in the tailpipe, dude. You stalled out. It's over for you. Once that handheld hit, Epic Stores there, it's a wrap. You might as well kiss yourself goodbye. What's the sense of having a PlayStation when you got the best of both worlds over here? Remember that R. Kelly and Jay-Z joint? The best of both worlds. You dudes are so done, son. Putting out irrelevant hardware. That PlayStation 5 Pro nobody want. But this Xbox handheld, they'll be beating down the doors to get a hold of that. I could play God of War over there. I could play Days Gone over there. I could play The Last of Us over there. What, I could get busy. Ghost of Tsushima about to drop. I can do that over there. Epic Store, what up? Steam, what up? This is a stroke of genius. It's gonna get you before you can just say, stop, wait, no, chill. It's over. Shout out to Philo, Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer, first of his name, for continue to keep that boot on Kong's neck. I told you, that was a Trojan horse they sent over there. Spartans. Now it's time to lay waste to them. You don't get it. The art of war. Make them think you weak when you strong. 50 laws of power. Keep thy enemy close. You just don't get it. It's already over. Y'all never had enough money to compete to begin with. And you're talking about third-party publishing. Xbox is the largest third-party publisher that happens to make console. You Muppets don't get it. It's done deal. You done. When you look over and you say, who did that to you? Remember, I'm 98% right all the time. I told you what the handheld was going to be. I told you it was more than one way to skin a cat. I got you. Today's sponsor is brought to you by XboxGamerPicks.com, where the only limitation is your imagination. Come, go to XboxGamerPicks.com and craft your greatest gamer picks. Let Graphic God take you to where no gamer picks can ever go. XboxGamerPicks.com, the best in the business. I'm gonna jump right into it. We're gonna get right into Game Pass Tuesday, and this is exactly what we're gonna do. Now, excuse me, nothing dropped this week, but remember, I was at PAX East last week, and I didn't get a chance to tell you exactly what it was because I didn't do a video that Tuesday, because we left that Wednesday, so I didn't get a chance to do a video that Tuesday. So what dropped last week all the way through was Control and Control Ultimate Control. All right, so Ultimate Control is Xbox Series S and X, and regular Control, I think that's like Xbox One, and you get a chance to play those games. Control was dope. I ended it. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good game. Was it the best game? No, I like Quantum Break from them, but again, I see how it expounded on everything. So the physics engine was incredible. It was a nice, good game that you can play. Then you had, Starship Frontier, or Star something Frontier. Not truly interested in that game because I don't want to scavenge and build, and just not for me. Be honest with you, I'm gonna be a buck with you, just not for me. MLB The Show. You want to play a baseball? Shout out to Sony for being first party developer that is dropping day and date inside Game Pass, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, Sony, you have done the best work. I love everything that you do every year. Thank you so much for giving us your first party offer and making these poor begging ponies pay for it. You know, Game Pass is a wonderful thing. I get to look up, I get to play the game without worrying about these poor begging ponies at all. I mean, it helps me sleep at night, you know, knowing that they got to pay for something that I get for free. So I love it. Thank you, Sony, for doing that for me, showing that your own fan base is second-class citizens when it comes to your priorities. This is what I'm saying. Then we have The Quarry. The Quarry looks good. Looks like something that I want to play. I downloaded it. I'm going to get to it at some point in time. Be honest with you, the backlog is crazy, especially right now with all these games that's dropping. Dragon Dogma, I got to get a chance to get into that. Haven't got a chance to get into that. Immortals of Avalon, I got to get into that. I didn't get a chance to get into that. Got that game for $8, and that happened right before I had to leave. But the last game that I did see was Evil West. That was a game that we had saw at PAX, and I was just like, yo, this game looks so amazing. Looks so much fun. Looks like something that I want to get into, a shoot 'em up, run 'em down, bloody Western type game. I'm into the good, the bad, the ugly, stuff like that. That's what I like. But this is the part in the video where I'm going to tell you to like, follow, and subscribe. And I'm going to take that logo and I'm going to toss it right on Bella's neck, and she gonna run out the room. And I'm gonna tell you, try to play the Game Pass.